What's up everybody, Shawn DaGamer here, and today, as you can tell by the title, we are going over Money in the Bank 2018, and this is going to be a very interesting card, and I want to see how they're going to follow up TakeOver from last night, because TakeOver was really good. A lot of people slept on the card because you had Only Lorcan and Danny Burch and Nikki Cross and people that shouldn't have been on the card just because they're not people named Adam Cole or EC3. But last night really delivered. It was 8+ star show out of 10, and I just want to see what's going to happen tonight. I don't expect this card to be completely garbage. I say that very hesitantly, but there's a lot of things to look forward to on this card, and if done right, half of this could be good. Half of this could be very enjoyable, and the other half is just time filler because, WWE wants to make us sit and watch wrestling on the main roster for 7 hours when we want to watch 7 hours of NXT. That's the debate for a different day. So let's get started with the pre-show match, which is the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Club, Gallows and Anderson for SmackDown. It would make sense in storyline for the Club to win these titles, to have AJ also be champion, and then have Sanity debut later, and you can have Eric Young versus you can have Killian Dane versus AJ Styles for the heavyweight title, or any one of those guys challenge. Well, 2 or 3 of those guys challenge for the heavyweight title, as the other 2 go for the tag team titles, and you can have the Club versus Sanity. That makes sense, but we're in WWE, so the Bludgeon Brothers are going to win this match. Side note: the Raw tag team titles, as of right now, have not been listed. They've been saying the Woken Warriors or the Leader of Worlds will face the B team, but they never really said on pay-per-view that I've just noticed. So it's not on this card. So let's start off with the first Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's start with the men's. Even though I think the women's is going to start the show, I think we need to talk about this one first, just because it's a little bit easier to go through. 8 competitors, 4 from each side: Braun Strowman, Balor, Miz, Rusev, Rude, Owens, Joe. And as much as I want Xavier in this match, I think it's going to be Big E. I just think it's going to be Big E. They could swerve everybody because everybody thinks it's Big E. A lot of people want it to be Xavier, but it just might be Kofi. Just to swerve everybody. Doesn't really matter. Nobody knew they was going to win. Kevin Owens isn't going to win. Bobby Roode's not going to win. Finn Balor's not going to win. Braun Strowman's not going to win. So that leaves you with Joe, Miz, and did I say Rusev's not going to win? Those 3. Those are your top 3 picks to win this match. Samoa Joe, just because we don't know about Daniel Bryan's contract, and it could be fun watching Samoa Joe just sit at ringside watching the match with the briefcase doing commentary. Rusev just needs something, but I'm afraid if Rusev gets it, he's not going to cash in successfully, so I'd really rather not have him do that. And then the most likely pick is The Miz, just so he can have that contract whenever Daniel Bryan is finally ready to get a title shot, if he resigns with the company. So your 2 main choices are Joe and Miz. Heavier towards Miz, less likely for Joe, but either one of those 2 men might walk out of this pay-per-view with the men's briefcase. Let's go Carmella versus Asuka for the women's title on SmackDown. Asuka, I swear, they've already done wrong by Asuka ever since she stepped foot on the main roster. They've already done wrong by her. She lost her streak. She's lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania. She technically lost to the Iconics in that tag team match when she tagged with Becky Lynch. And now you want to put her in a situation where she definitely can beat Carmella, But do you really want Carmella to be a transitional champion? It's just this whole situation makes me upset. Because it's like, if you were going to have Carmella cash in, why not do it at WrestleMania where it would have made more sense? She could have been the Seth Rollins-esque at WrestleMania, just cashing in the briefcase at WrestleMania. That way Charlotte can still lose the title and Asuka can still remain undefeated. How hard is that? But in this situation, Asuka's not going to win this title. Asuka's not going to lose clean. Welcome back, James Ellsworth. Carmella will lose but keep the title. And that's all I'm going to say about that because I'm already upset. Another thing that makes me upset, Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. The sister segment, the military segment, the Twitter segment, the backstage interview segment. You have 5 weeks to get people to care about Bobby Lashley. And in 5 weeks, you have turned whatever hype Bobby Lashley had coming into your company into pure Jinder Mahal heat. How do you do that? How do you do that? All that being said, Bobby Lashley's going to win. Why? Because look at him. Look at him and look who runs the main roster. Do you really think Vince McMahon is going to let Sami Zayn beat Bobby Lashley? No? Yeah, me either. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. This is another tricky one. As much as you would think Daniel Bryan will win this one again, it's the main roster. 50-50 booking is a thing. Extreme Rules is around the corner. They're going to have that third rubber match. And I think that third match is going to be for a #1 contendership. Big Cass versus Daniel Bryan. And then we can lead into SummerSlam with Miz having a title. Well, with Miz having a briefcase. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the title. And then you can have that whole cash-in situation happen however they want it to have happen. Whether you want Daniel Bryan to win the title and then screw over the Miz as soon as he gets it, which I don't think is going to happen just for reasons that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But at the same time, just something about this. Why Big Cass? Out of all the people, why Big Cass? Whatever, that's another Vince McMahon decision right there. But Daniel Bryan, Big Cass, I think Big Cass is going to win this just because everybody's expecting Daniel Bryan to win. But I think they're going to have a third match for #1 contendership. What did we skip over? Speaking of Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns. This is the match I am looking forward to the most. Let me put it like this. If you watched TakeOver last night and they booed Danny Burch the way they did, what kind of heat do you think Roman Reigns is going to garner in the city that gave birth to CM Punk? Don't worry, I'll wait. Not that long, because it's hot. All that being said, Roman Reigns is going to win. Why? Because it's Roman Reigns. If Jinder wins, I don't know. If Jinder wins, I'll eat like 3 jalapeno spicy hot peppers or something on camera. Whatever. If Xavier can do it, I can do it. IC title match, Seth Rollins versus Elias. This is another tricky one because what do you do with Seth? It's a little bit too early to take the belt off him to push him into the SummerSlam main event scene because you still have Extreme Rules there. So I can see Elias winning this by disqualification after a great match with Seth Rollins, but Seth retains. So that's 2 disqualifications. 1 for Seth and 1 for Elias, 1 for Carmella. Yeah, that sounds right for WWE. Because we're gonna get like 3. We're gonna get like 3 funky finishes in this match on this card. So we already got 2. The next one is gonna come with Styles versus Nakamura, last man standing for the WWE Championship. This match is gonna end in a double DQ. If AJ Styles wins this match, clean, I'll be surprised. I'll be even more surprised if they actually put the belt on Nakamura, because this is, well, Extreme Rules will technically be the last chance to put the belt on Nakamura. But I'm over it. I love Nakamura. I love Styles. Over this feud. So double DQ or double, they both couldn't make the 10 count, whatever it is, and AJ Styles retains the title. Last couple of matches, we go into the women's Money in the Bank match. Moon, Flair, Bliss, Lynch, Hart, Lana, Naomi, Banks. Okay, I already talked about this on the other podcast. Lana doesn't deserve to be in this match. Love you, Lana. Don't deserve to be in here. Naomi doesn't really need it. She just needs a good storyline. Alexa Bliss doesn't really need it. She just needs a good storyline. Charlotte doesn't really need it because she just needs a good storyline. Ember Moon just needs some more development on the main roster. Sasha's just there because Sasha Banks is the Seth Rollins of the women's division. That leaves you with Natalya and Becky Lynch. As much as I will give this briefcase to Becky Lynch because she is amazing and she is so underrated and so underused, she needs something. But Natalya's winning this briefcase because she's either A, going to interfere and cash in her briefcase the same night, because Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax is main event in this card. There's no way around it. Ronda Rousey is main eventing this card. If you don't have Brock Lesnar, you go with your next UFC pick, and it's not Sonya Deville. So you go with Ronda Rousey. So Ronda versus Nia Jax. This is a match I'm not looking forward to at all, except for the ending where either Ronda wins the title and Natalya cashes in, or she makes it a triple threat match and pins Nia Jax after Ronda Rousey has done all the dirty work already. Either way, Natalya's walking out Money in the Bank Women's Champion for Raw. That is your card. It is hot. Did that in less than 12 minutes. Happy. Quick recap. Bludgeon Brothers win. I keep want to say Naomi. Natalya wins. Miz wins. Or Samoa Joe. Styles and Nakamura go to a double don't get to their feet on time. Or gets cashed. Natalya wins twice. Carmella retains the title by disqualification. Welcome back, James Ellsworth. Roman wins. Lashley wins. Elias wins. No, Seth wins by disqualification. And Big Cass wins over Daniel Bryan. That is the card. Follow all the links down below to follow me on everywhere I am. Google it at Shawn DaGamer, at Shawn_DaGamer. Should be the first page you get because I've taken over that spot. All that being said, again, I am Shawn DaGamer. It's hot, my brain's not working, and I'm out of here.